Hey guys, Scott back again with a new beer dissection video for you this afternoon. What I have is from Idiom Brewing Company. It's called Hot and Steamy. Okay, it is. There's actually, I'm sure I'll have the pictures over here, but you may not get all of it. But there's two hops sitting in a hot tub. It's actually quite funny. I think I've had a beer from this brewing company. My buddy brought this from Maryland. I'm not even quite sure if it's actually a brewery in Maryland. He he just picked it up at a. No, I don't actually see it. No, I think it is. Oh yeah, there's the Maryland symbol. Yeah, so Indian Brewing Company in Frederick, Maryland. Okay, so it is a California Common. Now the reason why they're probably putting the two hops in there, and I think I may have done a what is style on California Common. I could be mistaken because Anchor Brewing Company is the big one that's just recently gone out of business. They created steam beer, California steam beer, and now we call it California Common because they had trademarked it and so on and so forth. So this may be their version, okay, of California Common, Anchor Steam beer. It's coming in at 4.9% alcohol. And that's it. So that's pretty funny with the got the two hops sitting in a hot tub, creating the steam. So it's called Hot and Steamy, and it says it's hopped with Zeus hops. That is one hop varietal that I've never homebrewed with. So we will see. But yeah, here it is better. Idiom Brewing Company, Frederick, Maryland. So anyway, I think his last visit, he brought me one from this brewery. So I've never had this one, and it's actually, black can, which you don't see that often, or at least I don't see that often on the beers that I've been purchasing. All right, so let's crack this bad boy open and take a look at it. Ooh, good. I'm getting maybe been stirred up a little bit. Almost had a spill. Okay, let's pour about half of it out here. If I remember correctly, California Common beer commonly uses Northern Brewer hops. As part of through the BJCP Brew Judge Certification Program. That was a classic hop that they used for that variety. If I'm drawing a blank or I completely made a mistake there, guys, I apologize with the Northern Brewer, but pretty certain that's what they would use exclusively, kind of like Sierra Nevada Pale Ale that uses Cascade exclusively. So this is looking pretty nice so far. Light beige, tan head. Okay, I got a few inches. Again, I think it was stirred up a little bit because I almost had the spill here. So I could tell right now this is kind of hitting the style if they're trying to brew a California Common. We have that kind of medium amber, maybe to the verge of copper color. Pretty clear, maybe a slight bit of chill haze, but very pretty looking beer. Kind of like, like a medium toast, dark toast color, but it's definitely in that amber copper range. Pretty nice. And let's just take a sniff of this aroma before I start losing a lot of it in the beginning here. Oh yeah, you got this nice, like a light caramel, medium toast on the malt, breadcrumb, graham cracker, even like a little bit of hints of, like I said, the caramel toffee. Okay, I'm getting on the nose, slightly earthy. Woods. I don't really get pine, but I do get a little bit of like that earthy, woodsy character, which I know Northern Brewer does. Now, I'm not that familiar with Zeus hops, I have to admit it. So I don't know if Zeus is a offshoot of Northern Brewer, and that's why I'm getting very similar aromatics here than Anchor Steam, beer. Which again, rest in peace. Unfortunately, they're going out of business, or they're already out of business. Even get kind of like a rum, kind of raisin smell, like a fruity rum smell on when I took a little bit of a longer sniff there. So, but again, you get the idea. Light caramel toffee, toast, like a medium to medium dark toast with some breadcrumb. Even even on the verge of getting that challah bread crust on there too. Okay, Very nice. So let's take a swig of this, guys. Cheers, Prost, whatever you like to use. Ooh, very nice. Excuse me. Very familiar. Like I said, like that, more even on the taste buds. A little more challah bread, crust. A little of that rummy, fruit kind of taste to it, like kind of raisin. Toffee, even slightly caramelized, brown sugar on the taste. Almost drinking more like an amber ale than a California Common. Needless to say, though, it takes in very nicely. Medium carbonation, mouthfeel, the body on it is kind of low to medium bodied. No astringency, no alcoholic warmth. You get a nice kind of full, I think it drinks a little heavier than at 4 point whatever percent I just said before. So this is a sessionable beer, but it kind of gives you that nice, bold malt backbone that you usually crave. The bitterness is pretty low to moderate. This is more of a malt-driven beer. But again, you kind of get that little toffee, maybe candied slight nut on there, like maybe like a slight candied walnut type of taste on there. Really nice though. But again, most of it I think of the malt is coming from like that challah bread crust. But it's really nice. I mean, I would, this would be tough if I was doing the Cicerone tasting test. If I had this side by side with an amber, that may give you a little more fruity hop flavors, but they'd be very close. Hops on the flavor. Again, a little woodsy, earthy. Nothing like citrus or grapefruit or anything like that. I'm not really getting any pine either. A little bit of residual sweetness, which is kind of nice. Well done, though. This is really good. I wish I would have served it in a tulip glass and not my shaker pint, which is useless sometimes. Yeah, but nice, solid malt backbone, that crust, bread crust, crumb, challah bread, toffee, slight caramel, Maillard reaction kind of there. It's not roasting, it's not roasty, it shouldn't be, or coffee-like. And like I said, even on the aftertaste, as I'm sitting here, I think that kind of nut comes a little bit more to the forefront. But really nice, guys. So anyway, for today's beer dissection, it's called Hot and Steamy from Idiom Brewing Company from Frederick, Maryland. And the two cool guys, or guy and a girl or whoever, sitting in the hot tub. It's their knockoff of California Common, also known as Anchor Steam Beer, hence probably why it's hot and steamy, okay, being a California Common, which again, the trademark was Steam Beer. And actually, until recently, Anchor was the only one that could use it. Now, I don't know if they still hold the trademark, but I'm not going to spend too much time discussing that. So anyway, guys, grade-wise with this, I'm going to give it an A-. I think it really drinking nice. It's not going to be as roasty and maybe some chocolate notes like a brown ale would be, but it kind of sits somewhere between like an amber ale and a California Common, this is what this is. But really nice. I got to get, like I said, I'm going to give it that B plus A- for overall drinkability. Comparing it to other, Anchor Steam, I haven't had in several months, 6 to 9 months probably. I still got to keep it probably in that B plus A- range. If you're a hop head looking only for like citrus, grapefruit, orange, this would not be a beer for you. Like most brown, anything from this to porters and stouts really wouldn't be for you. But if you want something, you crave a little maltiness to it, just subtle hop character, earthy, woodsy with that crust on the bread, you would enjoy this, and I would recommend it. All right, guys, till the next beer dissection, Idiom Brewing Company, Hot and Steamy Hopefully you found that fun. And until next video, see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.